This was way better than I thought it would be. A day after I'd sent out the messages, I got a response on Facebook. I think it was from one of the people that work for Gary. It read, "Hi Tendakai, this is Gary's phone number. You can contact him this way." So the next day after that, I called him. I told him what I want to do. I told him, "Hey, I've been a fan since I was a kid, and I was hoping that I could meet you and perhaps even interview you." And he's pretty chilled about it. He's like, "Yeah, sure.
Oh, pleasure, my brother. No problem whatsoever."
We can do it at my offices. Just give me a date and time." And so we planned for it to happen on Thursday in the morning. Thursday comes, I get all my stuff, I pack up, and I go to his offices. And I'm given a room to set myself up for the interview. Gary comes in, and he's very friendly, very welcoming, very warm. And we don't get straight into the interview. He first asks me about who I am, where I come from, where I went to school, and what I'm interested in, and what my motivations are. And then we get to talking. During the entire interview, Gary never gave a simple answer. That is why I said this was way better than I thought it would. He would not only give you a response, but he'd give you the reason for it. And that's what made this entire interview worthwhile, and I hope that you enjoyed just as much as I did, because I got to learn a lot and spend a time with somebody who I got along with. So in this first episode, there were two main questions that were addressed. The first one was, why A Academy, and what was his motivation for starting it? And the other one was something which I relate to, is, are there any opportunities in the country? And how should you be able to determine whether or not you're coming back home?
Well, I'd say, for the sake of anyone listening, start with something authentic and core in your life that you can really put 2 feet on and step out from, foundational, and you might call that your belief. So I had a fundamental belief. Why am I starting with belief? Because what you believe, you become.
Yeah.
What I believed is innately Zimbabweans would be amazing, and amazing in talent, amazing in performance, if given the right opportunity, the right working environment. I was always saying, why are there such successful people outside of our working environment? Why are we always looking for imported? And if the foreigners could just come here and invest, and what about if we just went out there? And I think the breaking point for me was much earlier in my career, where Nikki Price, Zimbabwe's own, was world number one. We were talking about Black Rhino's football coach had a cold or something. I'm like, flipping, hey, get a life, is this all we can do? I love soccer, but we can't see the big picture. I don't care if he's white or right or wrong. It's irrelevant. He's world number one. Catch it. We've got world number ones in our nation. So I started the show one-on-one. That led to, oh wow, look how, from Andy Brown, weeded up. It was so much fun being with him, all the way to Tuku, and then the greats of business, and then family stories, and just the whole wide spectrum of life, and Zimbabweans succeeding. And then that just became a commercial step with A Academy. Couldn't do idols, but A Academy was a kind of a homegrown copy of that. But I still believed, although many didn't, we would find some champions, some amazing talent. And oh man, it just exploded. And then to answer your question, it went for 3 seasons. The proverbial Zimbabwean economy, it just dived. It just went into billion, trillion stratosphere. The corporates couldn't keep paying rates until we dollarized. And so it just...
When you're talking about Zimbabweans not necessarily looking into themselves and seeing their own value, I think that's something we all struggle with, because initially, most people, right, if I talk to any one of my peers, they say, I'm going to go to another country, I'm going to find a job there or whatever it is, aside from whatever adversities you could face out there, because most of us are really doubtful about coming back. I'll be very honest, I share similar sentiments, because I would have conversations with my mom or with my dad or with my aunt, and they would all tell me, hey, if you have a chance, leave. What would you tell somebody who wants to come back home? Would you say that they should? Would you say that they should find opportunity somewhere else? And if they had to come back home, what should they do?
Right. Yeah. These are life questions you're asking. They cut across race, gender, they cut across age, they cut across demographics, because all of us, believe it or not, I got that same question, and I'm like double your age.
Really?
Oh yeah. And you think, so the first thing I say, it's not either or.
Yeah.
You're not a sellout if you just decide, I'm going to go and live in this new environment. and you're not the nationalist and the patriot if you do come back, and to hell with everybody else. These great extremes we put on ourselves. Hey, just calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
I would say there's about 3 things you should look at. Look at you, Ash. You're at Nottingham. You're in Malaysia.
Yeah.
You've had a degree that you could have gone to in engineering, but you're looking at, man, I love communications. You're articulate. You've called for this meeting. 1 phone call. You're here. You're on time. Look at this. Yeah. Look at what those steps did. So I'd say, whatever that step is, take a step. After that step, take another step. See which door opens. Hey, if you don't get your visa, if you don't get into the States, it's not the end of the world. I've got a friend, didn't get into the States, now has taken over a business for an ailing couple who needed someone young and energetic.
Yeah.
So their destiny has changed completely. Yeah. And it's here. But they thought their destiny was there. Conversely, I know others that have gone there and have done very well. So the there for you is take a step. What door opens? Yeah. Now, how do you know which door to go through? I find 3 things help me. What are you passionate about? What do you love? What do you love to do? What are you passionate about? Yeah. And the second question to that is, what do other people say you're passionate about? What does Mama say about Ash? Yeah. You know what I mean? The people around you, what do they say about you that you love to do? What's your gravitas? What do you go to? That's going to be great to take life into fun rather than, I'm working. The second thing is, after passion, is what are you good at? And not just what you think you're good at, Ash. What do other people say you're good at? Yeah. Like in the conversation we had earlier, I said, man, I think you're above average on this. Well done for this. Look at the courage to do this. And if you can get into someone's office at whatever level, you can get into other offices. Yeah. You've got that ability. Some people can't make it happen. Yeah. Right. So I would say capacity, what are you good at? What do others say you're good at? And then 3, what can you commercialize? So it's no good saying, I'm going to be a musician. You're going to be a musician in Zimbabwe. Good luck. Because maybe only 2 or 3 are making a living in it. Yeah. Okay? And I can tell you the 2. And number 3 ain't you. You're probably going to get out of there. Yeah. So don't see this huge weight on your shoulders, I think. Take the doors that open. In my personal life, I've committed to God. The Bible says, commit your way to the Lord and He shall direct your steps. Yeah. So I tend to defer to God. You're bigger than me. You've been around longer than me. You only want the best for me. And I'm not a victim. I might go through valleys, but I'm going to get my victory. Where is it? Do I stay on this course or do I deviate? And that leads to our last point. Get some good advisors around you. You know what I mean? The Proverbs say that, advisors or counselors determine the destiny of kings. Okay? Oh, I want the president's all powerful. No. The people who are advising the president are setting the direction of the nation, right or left, wrong or right, just or unjust. And the same's for you. Get advisors that are good. Bad company, it's going to corrupt good character. Don't waste your life away. And you're young. Oh, here's the big thing. You guys are young. Yeah. Take that energy, man. That is like a rocket fuel. That's like, SpaceX to get you beyond the other lethargic guys that are just waking up late and can't wait to, do as little as possible.
Gary and I end up talking about how what we value or view as important affects our life decisions and where we end up. And this will be the topic of the next episode.